All right, so at this point, we have, hey John, we have the, I've modified this particular function right here, get procs, inside of a notebook dev module, and I want to go ahead and export that. So I'm just inside of fast inference, and this is, taken from the template, which is at github/fastai/ notebook dev template. So if you're not using the notebook dev template, always use the notebook dev template when starting projects. That way there's no troubles trying to set anything up. So now I'm going to go into my terminal. I'm going to activate fastai2, cd/fast inference. So the basically three-step process in doing everything is always work out of the notebooks. There's ways to pull back the exported PYs into the notebooks, but at that point, why necessarily are you using notebook dev? In my opinion, it can be a little controversial. But the first thing I'm going to do is clean the notebooks. So that's notebook dev, clean notebooks. And basically what that removes is any sort of metadata that's estranged in your computer. If you're using, for instance, Google Colab, it'll strip out everything that it's not expecting. And then from there, we'll do notebook dev. Actually, we can just run git status right now. We can see that cleaning it adjusted this notebook right here, and then I've made a few other modifications. Then we'll do notebook dev build lib. This will go through and build all of your libraries. And now we can see that the only one that we really made a dent on was tabular core, which is the one that I modified right here. Then we just do a git add, git commit, just say updated export, and git push origin master. And then you just type in your username and password. Now, if we go then over to fast inference, if you've done everything right when setting it up, you'll go into this sort of testing environment, which will test your notebooks for you. It seems to be doing a double right now for some particular reason. But basically what this will first check is if your notebooks are cleaned, if you didn't run notebook or build lib, and then it'll go through and try to run all the cells in your notebook that it can. And it might throw you errors if it can't. Like right now, there's an issue in fast inference where I know it will fail, so I'm just going to ignore it. But that's the general pipeline I work with when it comes to building the library. If you're pulling in from Colab and stuff like that, generally use a CLI. I don't, when it comes to building, I don't enjoy building the code from the notebooks. You can. Real quick. I don't really have an example of that, but in the forums there's an example I wrote of the minimum requirements for building the library. If I can find it real quick. I'll put this in the book. Just say I want to say it should be around here. Might not be. I'll try and find it and post it in the chat for you guys, but that's about it in terms of fast inference and sort of notebook dev and what's all going on in there. So go ahead and stop the recording.